am delighted today to present Jazz Ampaw-Farr for the award of Degree of Doctor of Letters, Honoris Causa.
In recognition of your significant contribution, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Letters, Honoris Causa, and it now gives me great pleasure to invite our latest honorary graduate, Jazz Ampaw-Farr, to address the congregation.
When I first got the letter saying, would you come to Hull and get an honorary degree, Chancellor, guests and fellow graduates, I thought it was a joke. And I actually took a photo of it and put it into ChatGPT. And I said, what's this? And ChatGPT said, the University of Hull are offering you an honorary doctorate. Congratulations, Dr. Jazz. And I said, could it be a mistake? And ChatGPT said, universities are not in the habit of mistakenly offering honorary doctorates because AI can be a bit sassy. And so I accepted the letter. I mean, I still called the university to make sure. And what's interesting about that is the story I'm telling myself about myself versus the story that others tell, that Kelly kindly alluded to. And that's why I wanted to start with that, because we're all telling 4 stories all the time, especially you graduates. The first story is the story we don't mind people knowing about us. I went to Hull University, I graduated today. If you're Chancellor Allen, I'm Brad Pitt's dad, because he does look a bit like him. We don't mind people knowing that. The second story, though, that's the story that others tell about us. Just give me a show of hands. Who's had brothers or sisters growing up? Who's grown up with siblings? Yep, I feel your pain. Me too. They often lie about situations. They're not always totally honest about you. We can't control the story others tell about us, but we can control story number 3. Story number 3 is the story you tell yourself about yourself. And that's the story that we have a lot of control over. The thing is, it's not always the story it should be. It's the story you tell yourself in the morning when you're looking in the mirror, getting ready to go to work. Parents, you'll associate with this especially. You give yourself a little pep talk. You look in the mirror, and mine is, oh, you're fat, you're old, you're going grey. Let's go. We save this special criticism for ourselves that we wouldn't share with anyone else. And that's why story number 4 is so important. Story number 4 is the unwritten story. It's the story that each one of you is about to write because the pen is in your hand. My story is that I grew up in between foster care and the streets. The statistics for children who are foster care experienced getting to university is very low. Staying at university, even lower. But I ended up at Hull. And that's where everything changed. From a kid who was angry at themselves, angry at the world, and also felt that I wasn't good enough, the story started to change because Hull University was not prepared to accept that as a story. I had a bit of a theme tune. I'm not good enough. People like me don't do things like this. It's called imposter syndrome. Has anyone ever felt that? Show of hands. Who's ever felt like they're an imposter? They're not. Come on, you lot on the stage, be honest. Hands up, hands right up. Put your hands right up. Have a look. Right, have a look around. Have a look around. You're not special, okay? We all feel like that at some point. We've all gone on that journey, but that's not the end of your journey. And listening to Kelly talking about my story, it is phenomenal. I am in awe of how blessed and lucky I've been, but I've also done the work. I am awesome by choice, not by accident. And the work started by accepting this new story, that you're more than enough, that you are capable, that you are able to be resilient, that what you've done so far is going to stand you in good stead for what you do next, that the people you have behind you, family, friends, and the university will never stop believing in you and never stop fighting for your highest good. because their success is what they're invested in you. You are the legacy of their success. Now, I stand here today successful by all accounts. I'm married to a lovely man up there, Ed. He's got a lovely bottom. You can have a look later. I've got 3 kids that like me. That's an achievement, parents. I think you'll agree. I do get to travel around the world and speak at amazing places, but I've got to be honest, the biggest honor is this. Because at university, I didn't really have a family. I didn't really have support outside of here. I had people who were in my corner, but I couldn't just go home in the holidays and relax, and it was hard. But Hull were not prepared to accept hard as being the end of my story. I was met where I was in this place. The tutors, the community met me as a person where I was. They were human first and professional second. They taught me how to show up and stand alongside others, shoulder to shoulder in the chaotic fire that was their life. I am the teacher I am today because of the experience I had in this community, which has become my family. So when I opened that letter and I realized I was being invited back here, it was the biggest shift. I felt claimed. I felt like I'd spent 30 years in lost property. And I've had a great time in lost property. I've built a community. I've got a fit bloke as a husband. I've got family. I've changed people's lives and they've changed mine. But when you have a past like mine, you always feel like there might be something missing. And when I opened that letter, it felt like someone walked into lost property, pointed directly at me and said, "She's mine." Bless you. Don't, 'cause I'm going to cry this. Oh. This is the whole DNA. And so, graduates, I want to say to you, you belong. You are going to face adversity, especially, where are my teaching people? Where are you? You're going to want to give up. You are literally everyday heroes. No matter what your role, because you're defined by your soul, not your role. Know this, when you're struggling, when it's hard, when you want to give up, Hull University have got your back. So go out there and make some trouble. Make some mistakes. Build a great failure CV and show people with pride what it is to overcome adversity. Because your past, if Hull taught me anything, is in no way and never will be a script for your future. Thank you so much, graduates, guests, chancellors. Thank you.